He had everything people dream of: wealth that could move mountains, a name that opened doors, and a life that sparkled with luxury. From the outside, it seemed he was living a dream only a few could touch. But behind the glass walls of success was a man trapped by his own achievements. Every day was a race against time. Every moment, consumed by meetings, contracts, and endless goals. He believed he was building a better future for his family, but in doing so, he drifted further from them. His little girl's laughter faded into the background, her tiny footsteps lost in the noise of his ambition. He told himself he was doing it all for her, yet she was the one missing her father the most. In chasing the world, he didn't realize he was slowly losing the world that truly mattered. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months, yet the pattern never changed. He left before sunrise and returned long after his daughter had fallen asleep. Her drawings lay on his desk, untouched, waiting for a glance that never came. Each missed dinner, each unfulfilled promise carved an invisible wall between them. She would wait by the window, clutching her favorite toy, hoping tonight might be different. But it rarely was. He thought success required sacrifice, never realizing that his greatest sacrifice was time with the one who loved him most. She stopped asking when he'd come home, stopped expecting him to tuck her in. The house was still grand, but it had grown quiet, almost hollow. And somewhere in that silence, a father and daughter slowly drifted apart. Not out of anger, but out of absence. It was just another late night at the office when his phone rang, a sound he almost ignored, buried beneath emails and deadlines. But something in the tone of that call made him pause. On the other end, his little girl's fragile voice trembled, barely a whisper. "Daddy, it hurts." In that instant, the air left his lungs. The walls of his office seemed to close in, and everything that once felt urgent suddenly meant nothing. He tried to speak, but words wouldn't come. Only fear. The man who could negotiate million-dollar deals was now powerless, shaken to his core by the sound of his child's pain. That single sentence shattered the illusion he had built, revealing the emptiness beneath all his success. In that moment, he realized no amount of wealth could buy back time or heal the heart of a little girl who only wanted her father. When he reached the hospital, the sight before him crushed every ounce of pride he had ever carried. His daughter lay there, small and fragile, her tiny hand wrapped in tubes and wires. The man who once stood tall before boardrooms and cameras now fell to his knees beside her bed, his hands trembling as he held hers. The tears he had buried for years finally escaped, washing away the mask of strength he had worn for so long. In that moment, he wasn't a millionaire, a leader, or a man of power. He was just a father, desperate and broken, realizing how far he had drifted from what truly mattered. All the success in the world couldn't protect her, couldn't comfort her, couldn't replace him. And in that quiet hospital room, because of who he had beside him, the richest man, that painful call became his awakening. He once took for granted. The mirror that showed him the emptiness of a life lived, everything changed. He no longer measured true success isn't about reaching the top, but by the moments that made his daughter to the hearts that make the climb. The meetings grew shorter, some lessons thank you first, only to rebuild you into someone better. He began walking her to school. He now speaks to others with a softer story only pain can teach. Learning to be present. He tells his story not to seek sympathy, but to remind people that life's greatest treasures aren't hidden in banks or business titles. She laughed more. They're sitting across the dinner table, and for the first time in years, he felt alive. He learned that success without presence is just noise, and love delayed is love lost. Every hug, every laugh, every "I love you" is a moment that will never come again once missed. He urges others not to wait for a breaking point, not to need a phone call that shatters their world before they open their hearts. Because in the end, wealth fades, applause dies, and achievements are forgotten. But the warmth of those we love remains. The greatest gift we can give is ourselves, right here, right now, before it's too late.